It's Kirk McLean here, and you're watching Clay's Canucks commentary.
Hey Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks commentary live, presented to you by Van Seat Experts Real Estate. I'm your host, Clay Emo Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take for Tuesday night, February the 4th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. I'm in a super good mood today because the Canucks won, and because I can finally share with you what many of you have already picked up on, guessed. No, it's not my mom's birthday again. That was last night. Thanks to everyone who joined me for last night's show. We had a lot of fun, and my mom was great, as I expected her to be. But today is a new day. This is her second day of being whatever age she is now. It is February 4th, and it's Tuesday night. So that means I got a tight show, only 40 to 45 minutes, and I include my bowling recap. So heads up, I'll get to the hockey in about 5 minutes, but I do my bowling first. But we got a lot of things to talk about. So let's get going. Moderators, do what you need to do to keep this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's legends, Hall of Fame franchise members, thanks for your support. And to everyone else, no matter where you're watching from, whether my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston and Richmond, in the city, Lower Mainland, province, country, continent, or around the world, thank you for being here. You know that I know that you could be watching anyone else, doing anything else, getting ready for work, school, or bed, or all three. But the fact that you're here with me, know how much I always appreciate you, and I never, ever take you for granted. Thank you, Swervin Irvin, for noticing the haircut. I'm not sure if someone else did before him, but he's the first one I saw to notice the haircut. I needed it because, I was getting kicked out of public places. This is how you get involved tonight. You can subscribe to the channel, get active in the chat section, get notified of my videos. You can like the video, like the fact that the Canucks won, like the fact that the Calgary Flames lost, like the fact that we gained ground on Colorado, Minnesota, LA, Calgary, all those teams tonight. Like the fact that Jacob made Team Canada. I'll get to that in a second. Like the fact that I got a nice haircut, and like the fact that we are building the best Canucks community here on YouTube. You can leave a donation like Knuckleback has done. I'll get to that in a second. Gets the donation train out of the station. Thank you. You can gift a membership, buy your own membership, upgrade your membership, use your monthly membership message. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. So I'm not hyper. I'm not spazzing. I'm certainly not nervous. I never get nervous when I'm on with you guys. I'm just excited because I have so much to talk about. And this is basically the night where I have to cut my show between 40 and 45 minutes. So let's get started by recognizing the first donation of the night, and it goes to Hall of Fame member Knuckleback. Let's give some love to Knuckleback with the $1 donation. Thank you for getting the donation train out of the station. I appreciate you, and thank you for always being so generous to me on this stream. Before we talk about this Canucks game, I'm going to talk about a couple of things. First, I'm going to talk about my bowling night. I always do a 1 minute update, or basically it takes about 2 minutes. Remember how I had 2 bad weeks, then I had a good week? I finally won my first set of points last week. Well, I bowled even better today. Today, my games were 219, 180, 167. Thank you, Justin. I will get to your donation in a bit. 219, 180, 167, 177. So no game lower than 167. My average night was 186. So this is a great night for me. But I only won one game because the guy who played against me, he bowled a 276 in the first game, a 207 in the second game. He beat me 190 to 167, and I only beat him in the fourth game. So this is the guy that Kayla, subbing for Sean's team, actually beat last week. So I don't know if he was super mad at the emo family or whatever, but it also happened to be Jacob's team. So really quickly, Calvin beat me for, he got 8 out of 10 points because I only won one game. Although I bowled the best that I bowled in 3 years, but he bowled better than me. But he was a super nice guy, so I was happy to lose to him and to a guy who was bowling well. So he got 8 points. Our middle, which should have been me, beat the other middle 8-2. But then Jacob because we were playing against Jacob team. Jacob is the anchor, beat our anchor, who was the best bowler in the league up until today. Jacob beat him 8-2. So they got 16 points. We only got 4. And then of the 4 games, they won 3 of the 4 and total. So that makes another 16 points. I added something up wrong. It was 8, 8, and 2. What is that? No, that's 18 and then 16. Yeah. So they got 34 points and we only got 16 points. I got 2. Our anchor got 2, so that's 4. Our middle got 8, which is 12, and we only won 1 out of the 4 games, and not total, so another 4. Those games are worth 4. So we lost 34-16, despite my best bowling performance of the past 3 years. But I was okay with it. But because I bowled a bit better than the middle person, we actually swapped places. So the first 3 weeks, I was because the averages don't change. I was the middle, and she was the leadoff. Then because after the first 3 weeks, she actually beat me by 10 pins. So for today, she was the middle and I was the lead off. But because I bowled better than her by 50 pins, we're going to switch again. So next week, I'm going to be the middle bowler and therefore going to face tougher competition in theory. Okay, that's enough about me, but I just want to brag that I bowled another plus 200 game. More importantly, on the bowling side, yes, we'll get to Canuck stuff in 2 minutes. I promise. I want to share this, and many of you guys saw this on X or on Instagram or on Facebook if you are friends with me in any of those. But I'm happy to share with you, as I hinted last week, I'm so proud of Jacob for making Men's Team Canada. His hard work, talent, dedication, good attitude, experience, and willingness to learn has been noticed and rewarded. This was Jacob's first year of adult eligibility after making the junior team for the past 3 years. Special thank you to his coaches, fellow bowlers, family, and friends for supporting him. So there is Jacob in his Team Canada jacket. And then, so I shared that, but then I realized afterwards that I had a much nicer post, or he made a nicer post. So I shared this one. And I basically said, here's a more official picture graphic announcing Jacob making Teams Canada, Jacob Emo Men's Team Canada 2025. And guess who my team is bowling against tonight? And that was obviously Jacob. And then finally, one other one I'll show you real quick. I put, how much higher is Jacob's bowling average than mine? 20 to 30 pins, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60. It's actually right here. He is 45 pins greater average than me. So 28% got that right. 50% thinking that he's way better than me, which would not be that far off. So really quickly, the main thing is that when he bowled in that national tournament, the tryouts last month, he came in 17th. So Team Canada took the top 6. They automatically made it, but they were going to fill 4 more spots. So naturally, you think it might be places 7, 8, 9, 10, or anyone in the top 15. Jacob finished 17th, so not bad among men, but not in the top 10 for sure. But they chose him. They chose him because of all those things, his willingness to learn, his international experience. And then they actually chose a guy who finished 23rd. So they picked, I think, 8th, 10th, 17th, and 23rd. So it wasn't just by merit or how well you did, because anyone, it was a long tournament, but anyone could do well in one tournament. They want to look at guys who are coachable, who are willing to learn, and who will represent the country well. So Jacob did Sweden, Peru, and South Korea the past 3 years as a junior bowler. Now he's actually on the men's team. Because he's not part of the top 6, he will probably not get to go to the big tournament that they go to, wherever that's going to be this year, but he's going to get training, he's going to do the meetings, and he'll probably get one international tournament for the year of 2025. So I'm very excited for Jacob. We're very proud of him. He's worked his butt off, as you know, ever since he was 13 years old. So for the past 8 years, he's been bowling, winning championships, winning provincial tournaments, winning national championships on Team Canada 3 times as a junior. And now a Team Canada member as on the men's team. And I couldn't be more proud. Okay. Thank you for allowing me that time to show off a little bit, or more importantly, to express how happy I am for Jacob. Hall of Fame member Just Incredible comes in with a donation. Love the team win, but EP40 still concerns me offensively. Only 1 shot on goal with 6 power plays and a 2-minute 5-on-3. And tonight you got the Miller skate jersey on sale. Still $100 at Van Base. Is that what it's going for? Let's give some love to Justin for the donation. Thank you, Justin. And yeah, you're not the only one who shares that concern about Pettersson's offense or lack thereof. And really quick, Pastor Dan. Yeah, Darren, is your cousin Calvin, I don't know his last name, if it's Chan, is he bald? and 45 years old, because if that's him, then it's him. Frankie, Mitch Hoope, Francois Lavar, Mitch Hoope, Graham Falk, and Zach Wilkins are the 4 Pro Bowlers, and then a couple others. Okay, really quickly, and then Pastor Dan, it's not professional bowling. But the top 6 are actually on the PBA, which is pretty cool. Swervin Irvin with the $3 donation. Hype for Jacob and Donut Demko. Another double D. Remember last night? Double duty, double D. Everyone was proclaiming that they were double Ds. If you have no clue what I'm talking about, go watch last night's stream. It was pretty funny. But yes, hype for Jacob and double D, Donut Demko. Let's give some love to Swervin Irvin in the chat. That is awesome. Thank you, Swervin Irvin, for your donation. Okay, friends, you know how I start off every game review? That is by reviewing the Clay Edge Goal Visualizer commentary. Yes, it is time for the Sedge VC. That's what I call it. The Sedge VC. The Clay Edge Goal Visualizer commentary. That's what we've settled on. Only 3 goals to review. And by the way, I still got to do I'm going to record my goal breakdown when I get home at 1:15 after I leave my church shower. I'm not complaining. I'm just telling you that's what I'm doing tonight. Okay, this first goal. I remember I didn't watch this game because I was bowling tonight, so I only watched the highlight. Well, we had it on, so I could see what was happening. Hey, Lucas, I'll get to your donation in a second. Thank you. Filip Chytil knocks the guy down. Sorry, no, not the Filipino. Filip Chytil knocks the guy down and makes a nice pass. It takes a shot, goes off of Blackwood, and then off his pad or his blocker. I can't remember. I guess I'll know this when I do the goal review. And DeBrusk calmly catches it with his glove, puts it down. And then, does it even hit the ice? It must, because I don't think he hit it out of midair, right? He caught it with his glove, put it down before Middlestat and Devon Taves could check him. Beautiful goal, 1-0, 4 minutes into the second. Then, speaking of Filip Chytil with assists, this one was nice too. Hey, there's no Edge Goal Visualizer. If I show the highlights, I'm going to get in trouble. So you guys are going to have to wait. Well, I know NHL.com was going funky. Let me try and reset this because they don't also have the box score up. I had to go to a different site. So let's see if they fit for the first goal. So you're just going to have to visualize with me. Second goal, Canucks power play. Chytil, great lead pass from behind his net, basically up to DeBrusk streaking down the left side. It wasn't a perfect saucer pass up and over. I think it was Taves' stick. But it kind of it went up and then kind of dipped under his stick at the very end. And it's one of those where Besser gets it just as it touches the puck. A lot of momentum there. And Besser was super happy. All the Canucks were happy. And that makes it a 2-0 game. And then O'Connor, with 9 seconds left, intercepts a pass or a rebound in his own zone and does a really nice, I think he evades Makar, goes to his backhand. And that takes a bit of skill to evade Cale Makar and to put it into the net from center ice on a backhand. But he did, and he hit the middle of the net, and 3-0. Drew O'Connor from the Filipino and from Tyler Myers. All these guys had really, really good games. So, yeah, we can only visualize one goal visually. You have to kind of imagine the other two. We outshot the Avalanche 31-25. Faceoffs were pretty even. We had 6 power play opportunities, mostly because of Miles Wood. What a goofball that guy is. 31 penalty minutes to 13. Equal number of hits, equal number of block shots, basically. And yeah, look at that. We've won our first 2 games against the Colorado Avalanche this season. All right, I go to the box score. I'll get to all your donations in a second, I promise. Get to the box score. I have to use ESPN because TSN sucks and NHL.com wasn't ready. But this one you can kind of see everyone. So I like what I see here. DeBrusk, obviously, with the 2 points. And then Besser had 1. Filipino had 1. Drew O'Connor had 1. So that's the forwards. It looks like those are the guys who had points at the forwards. And then shots, it looks like Besser had 4. DeBrusk had 5. Filipino had 3. And Drew O'Connor had 3. And Sherwood had 4. That's pretty good. And then let's go with blocks. 2 for Bluger. And then hits. DeBrusk had 3. Sherwood had an off night. He only had 3, which is fine. And then time on ice, high guy was Filipino with 20 minutes and 45 seconds, followed by Besser with 20:38. Low guys were Carlson and Hoglander, just under 10 because they're on the fourth line. That makes a lot of sense. And I do know that there was some line shifting. I do know that Besser got brought down to play with Chytil for some of the game, and then O'Connor as well. So I think it was it the 2 new guys? Was it the Filipino, O'Connor, and Besser together? So that must have left PD, DeBrusk, and Garland, I guess. So that's pretty cool. And then on D, no Quinn Hughes, no problem. Filip Chytil with 2 assists, Tyler Myers with 1. And then I'm looking at 3 shots for Filip Chytil, 3 block shots for Filip Chytil. What a game. What a game for him. 1 hit. Look at that. 4 hits for DPD, 3 hits for Susie back in the lineup. Time on ice Susie only had 14 minutes. And then you had Chytil with 24, Marcus Pettersson with 23. Pettersson held off the score sheet, but I heard on the post game on the radio that he was doing his solid things, kind of all the things that I talked about on Sunday, breaking up plays, good first passes, not looking panicked, all those things. And then Thatcher Demko, 25 saves for the shutout. Many of the amazing variety, especially, I guess that was in the second period where there was that 1 minute shift where he robbed Makar a couple times, he robbed Lehkonen, and so on and so forth. Also recognize that oh shoot, I was going to say something. I can't. Oh, that the Colorado Avalanche did hit 3 posts in the first period, but hey, they weren't goals. And I do want to recognize that Miles Wood is a goofball. I'm just looking at his penalties. Yeah, so he fought against Forbert in the second period, and then he gets a cross-checking against DPD. That was when they had that first mix-up where Susie came in. Then he also got a roughing. Then he got a holding, and then he's slashing when he did the spear on Carlson. And then he got a 10-minute misconduct. So wait a sec. In one game, Miles Wood got a fighting, a cross-checking, a roughing, a holding, a slashing, and a misconduct. That's 6 different penalties. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty impressive, actually. I'm going to get to the score, the standings and stuff in a second, but I do want to recognize some of the generous donations that came in. Let's start with legendary Lucas Gates. Worked this game and on the route home. What a dub by Demko and our boys. P.S. You have to see the Four Nations jerseys in person. So nice. Oh, I can't wait. That's pretty cool, Lucas. Glad you had a good shift working. Thank you for the donation. Let's give legendary Lucas Gates some love in the chat. Then, oh, thank you. We had so many shows come in with a donation. Just got back from the game. Woohoo, Canucks win. That is awesome. Glad you had a good time. Yes, my daughter Kayla was at the game tonight. So I just picked her up from the SkyTrain about 20 minutes ago. So not 20 minutes ago, around 10:30. So it was a little tight. Went straight from bowling to the SkyTrain station to home. And I got home 10 minutes before the show. Let's give so many shows some love in the chat. But we ain't done. D-Lo saying, Clay, we have a mini Olin in the making in DPD. I was so impressed. In only his 4th game, he hits. I'm sure he's not going to be afraid to fight. He's not dirty, but he's intense. He has offensive ability. Yeah, he's really mature because I saw him in Abbotsford last year. I just thought he was okay, but I knew we had something in him. I don't know if he's second pairing material, but I'll take him on my 3rd pair behind, Hughes, Marcus Pettersson, and DPD on the left. Hronek, Myers, and if Susie can play like he did tonight on his offside, then you have Forbert and Juleson as 7-8. I'll take that. That is so much better than how we started the season. So thank you, D-Lo, for the donation as well. Thanks to all of you for your generosity. Let's finish this look at the scores, the standings. Then I'll do my mid-show sponsor read, and then I'll try and get to some of your questions for the last 15 to 20 minutes. All right. Boston shuts out Minnesota. We had Buffalo beating the Blue Jackets and the Lightning taking down the Senators. That Eastern Conference race is so crazy. We'll get to it in a sec. The Devils beat the Penguins 3-2. Capitals double up on the Panthers. Islanders beat the Vegas Golden Knights. Still probably too far ahead, but I always like it when Vegas loses. I like it when Edmonton loses too, but Edmonton won 3-2. The Jets beat the Hurricanes. That's fine. Hey, did Connor Hellebuyck play today? I just want to check my fantasy. I don't think he did he? Or if he did, why didn't I dress him? No, he didn't play. It was the other goalie. But I got Demko. Imagine if Demko and Hellebuyck played, that I would have 10 points because of shutouts. And then this is the one, I tweeted this. I said, I can't believe that I'm actually cheering for the Maple Leafs to win tonight, but I am. I did. And they doubled up on Calgary, which is awesome. Utah beats the Flyers. We shut out Avalanche 3-0. And the Red Wings there's so many games. The Red Wings beat the Kraken in a shootout. This is surprising. The Ducks beat the Stars, and Montreal beats the San Jose Sharks. Okay, throw it all together, and this is what it looks like. In the East, you have Florida and Toronto with a bit of separation, and you have Washington, Carolina, and New Jersey with a bit of separation. And then this is the battle. Ottawa was 62, Detroit was 61, Tampa was 60, Boston was 60, Columbus was 59, and then you just skip one, the Islanders 57, Montreal 55. So all these teams, and they all have different games played. That's why it's not a perfect comparison, but they're all pretty close to each other. So it's making for, I think New York and Pittsburgh might be too far. We'll see. But it's a really good race in the East, but ultimately who cares, right? This is what we want to know about. Okay. So when you look at it like this, the top three in the Central are Winnipeg. No one's going to catch them. Then Dallas, Minnesota. And then Edmonton, Vegas, LA. But, and this is where it gets a little tricky. We are now tied with Calgary with 59 points in 53 games. I don't worry so much about Utah and St. Louis. They're falling further behind. But now we are only 5 points behind Colorado with 2 games in hand. So you win those 2 games in hand, and you're only 1 point behind Colorado, and you get to play them one more time, which is pretty awesome. But Calgary's in the exact same situation as us. Both teams are only 1 point behind LA, but LA does have 3 games in hand. So it's funny. It's basically the same. LA, we're only 1 point behind them, but they have 3 extra games. Colorado, we are 5 points behind them, but we have 2 extra games. So technically, I would say we are closer to Colorado, and by points percentage, we are closer to Colorado than we are to LA. But you can see why this was such a massive win for us in the standings tonight. And then when you look at the conference, here's a good way of looking at the Eastern Conference. Look at this, 62, 61, 60, 60, 59, 57, 55, 54. Whereas for us, you basically want to look at 64, 60, 59, 59. And here's where you can see we're only 1 point behind LA, but with 3 games, they have 3 games in hand, where we are 5 points behind Colorado with 2 games in hand. All to say, a great night for the Canucks in the standings, because Colorado lost, Minnesota lost, I don't think LA played, and Calgary lost. All good things. Okay, doke. Then we do my mid-show sponsor read. It's perfect. It's 11:25, and then I'll get, at least we can do 15 to 20 minutes of your questions. I know this is a very fast show tonight, you guys. I know I haven't barely looked at you guys or talked to you guys, but I'll do that for the next 15 minutes. I'm in a good mood, of course. Bowled well, although I got my butt whooped. Jacobs on Team Canada. Canucks win. Shutout. What else could we ask for? I always start off my mid-show sponsor read by thanking Jason Lim of Van City Experts, because they are my primary sponsor. Thank you to my channel sponsor, Jason Lim of Van City Experts Real Estate. At Van City Experts, their experience, knowledge, and expertise can serve you well in navigating through the real estate market, and will help you to choose the best home or condo in the greater Vancouver area that best suits your and your family's needs. Shout out to my secondary sponsor, Coach Patrick Liu, weight loss coach. You can check him out at coachpatrickliu.com/clay and receive a free 5-day workout when you do so. Thank you to Gassy Jet Art, maker of that fine artwork. And thank you to Vessi Footwear. Use the link tinyurl.com/VessiClay and receive a free pair of socks off your next purchase of Vessi shoes. Thanks to everyone who has purchased Canuck Clay merch. You can do so and support me by going to canuckclay.threadless.com. Reminder of how you can get involved in the show tonight. You can subscribe. You can like the video. You can leave a donation like many of you have done. Thank you. You can gift a membership. You can buy your own membership. Upgrade your own membership. You can use your monthly membership message. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, you can rate and review. And finally, a reminder of my shows this week. Pretty simple. Tomorrow night, 11 p.m., I'm going to be doing a giveaway. We're going to give away, I haven't decided if we're going to do tickets or van base or a combination of both, but that'll be tomorrow night. Yes, because I'm at 11,502. As long as I don't fall down below 11.5 subscribers, I'm almost at 11.6, the PD number. We're going to give away some swag tomorrow night. So make sure you join me at 11. And then on Thursday, depending on what time, if I'm still on SGA's show after the Canucks play the Sharks, then I will do my show right after that. We got another donation I want to recognize from Hall of Fame member Brian Blingy Choi. Let's give some love to Brian in the chat. Oh, that's right, Brian. It is your birthday coming up. It is your birthday coming up, Brian. Remind me when it is. I knew this. Is it tomorrow? No, it's on. Yeah, it is tomorrow. Okay, Brian, I'm going to text you tomorrow. I would love to bring you on the show tomorrow. Thank you for reminding me. I'd love to bring you on the show tomorrow if you're up for it. But Brian, I'll text you sometime tomorrow and we'll see if we can make it work. So let's give some love to Brian in the chat because it is going to be his birthday tomorrow. And if he's up for it, I'd love to bring him on to say hi to all of you as a Hall of Fame member. Okay, I got 15 minutes. Let's go. Your questions starting now. Irvin says, grade Filipino's second game. I didn't watch it, so I can't. But it looks like he was good. It looks like he was good. He got the most ice time, for sure. Yeah, it's tomorrow. Yeah, okay. I'll text you tomorrow for sure. Happy early birthday. Why do you think it took Demko this long to play this good? Because he's coming off a major injury that no one knew anything about. That's why. No mental issues. Thursday at Sharks, Marcus Pettersson with Tyler Myers, DPD with Philip Hronek, Carson Soucy, and Victor Mancini. Nothing against Forbort, spotlight on PD, but give Mancini a chance to play a D-dump Juleson. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. You think you'd play them Mancini against San Jose as opposed to against Colorado or Toronto? Why is Nylander overrated? I don't know. Is he? I don't know much about him. I know who he is, obviously. Do you think the fact that Petey Miller's spat lasted so long was the fault of management or the players? I think management did all they could, but it's up to the players to tell the differences. Darren, I think they could have been more. Management could have been more directive, but ultimately I do think it does go to the players. What can the Canucks realistically expect to get in a Soucy trade? Not much. Third rounder. I think you might have to attach a first rounder to Soucy to unload the contract and then to get something back. Or if you just trade him straight up, you're probably getting a third rounder for him. For Nations Cup, I think the U.S. will win. Trade deadline, I think the Canucks will add a major piece up front. If you told me the Canucks would shut out the Avalanche without Quinn, I would have told you were nuts. I know, how do we shut out the Avalanche but lose to Detroit? No, I'm not going, Alfred, on Saturday because we have a church commitment that night, but I have 2 pairs of tickets for that game. Thanks for reminding me, Alfred. So if you're interested, I'm going to warn you, they're pretty expensive because it's the most expensive game of the year. But if you're interested in going on Saturday, email me, canuckclay@gmail.com. Demko gets better every time. Honorable James Moore, who's at the game, Hito skates and looks like a big body Trevor Linden. I love it. Yeah, Linden had good speed for a size, for sure. Decent hands, too. We'll see if Filipino's hands are that good. Demko looked like Demko. If Lanks and Dem are playing at the top of the game, this could get really interesting, indeed. Canucks are open to trading Soucy, indeed. Will I see you in Sweden again in September? Haven't heard yet, RSA. Not sure. This is why Juleson should never play in the lineup. Yeah, the 6 tonight without Hughes made a collective statement for sure. Ken, word is that PD was quiet tonight. Quiet. A cloud has been lifted. Keep Soucy. That's fair. Reunite Soucy with Ian Cole. Hey, Gerald. Are you surprised by the new guys? Presently or pleasantly? I'm surprised, but in a good way. I guess that's pleasantly surprised. I always knew Marcus Pettersson was good. I did not know that Filipino was as fast as he was. And Drew O'Connor has been good. You know, we're not expecting him to be top 6 guy, but Drew O'Connor was even good as well. Yeah. So before I expected Pettersson to be the best, and I didn't know much about Chytil or O'Connor. Yeah, I think Norris just got injured though, right? So he'd be good. I know he's good friends with Quinn Hughes, even though Hughes got a game misconduct for cross-checking him early in the year. Detroit's playing hot. Yeah, that was 6 straight. Colorado's been up and down. Can they sit Hughes from the Four Nations? I don't think he wants to. Filipino 74%, EP 40-50, Bluger 45, Suter 21. Yikes. 100% both DeBrusque and Joshua took one each. Yeah, I didn't know Chytil was that good in the faceoff dot. Hito's been great. Great speed. I don't know about tonight, but I know on Sunday against Detroit, he didn't pass the puck in a good way. He would grab it, skate. He wouldn't grab it. He would skate with it over the blue line. And with reckless abandon for sure. Hey, Russell, hope you had a good show today. They win when they shouldn't and lose shouldn't when they shouldn't. So you're saying they're going to lose against San Jose on Thursday? Keep Susie. Norris is injury prone. Carol, I'm not sure what you asked. You're going to have to type it again. I missed it, what you asked. Demko or Lankinen for San Jose? I think you can go Demko against San Jose. You kind of reward him for... I don't think the team is so much lesser, Lankinen is so much worse that you're going to go Lankinen and save Demko for Toronto. I'd go Demko on Thursday, and if he plays well again, play him again on Saturday. And then they got a 2-week break. Kababayan Canucks. Oh, Kabayan Canucks. I don't even know what that means. Despite the Canucks win, they still looked a little off tonight. Oh, I wouldn't know. I didn't watch. I know they were under siege in the first period. What do you think the Canucks are still missing from the game? Darren, I can't comment on today's game, but I do think they're missing scoring. Like they 2 plus an empty netter. I would like to see more scoring. Filipino is a much better and more versatile. Got to say, EP25 Junior or DPD, whatever sticks for him. I think he played amazing. The hits were great to see. You think they'll be keeping him up? Yep, I think they will. That's why they're entertaining trading Susie. Oh, what do I think of the next 5 games after the Four Nations Cup? Carol, I think it's too early to predict those. I will have plenty of time to predict how they do coming out of the break while the break is happening. 5-2 Canucks on Thursday night. Elizabeth Irving had a beautiful, as always, rendition. Yeah, she's great. She wants to be a professional singer. If management wants to keep Mancini to Bacon Abbey, then we should keep Susie as right D with EP2. Yeah, that's kind of what we were talking about. I agree. Canucks logic says we lose against the Sharks and win against the Leafs. Exactly. Flames have burned their game versus the Leafs and did not increase their lead. Yes, we are tied indeed. I showed that the standings a little bit earlier, Natty. Would cheap shot on Carlson really got the crowd hot and bothered? He's a goof. Team is still passing too much in front of the net. Just blast it and jump on the rebound. I think someone in our organization bribed Wood. The FBI should look into that. Yeah. Again, what a goof. Swerve and Irvin will still take a win and a loss over the next 2 games. Would you package Susie Hoglander in a mid-round pick for Josh Norris as our 2C if offered? Yep, I would do that. If that was indeed. My question, what are your thoughts on the next 5 games after the 4? Yes. Carol, I just mentioned that I don't want to comment because it's so far. That's the end of February. That's Vegas on the 22nd, which I'm going to in Vegas, and then Utah on the 23rd. So I'll happily comment on those games, predict them when we get much closer to them. But that is 3 weeks from now. Loving how DPD played tonight. Canucks missing a lot of chances, lots of broken offensive plays. EP had a nice diving poke check. If you go back and watch, Ghostie's urgency immediately dive out as the puck dropped on the ice. Amazing to see the hunger in the young player. That's awesome. Too much. That 5-on-3 is interesting because you're up by 2 with 5 minutes left. So of course you can afford to be aggressive, but you kind of just want to win the game too. Like I'm not saying that gives you an excuse not to play well in the power play, not to be sharp. Yeah, I guess you could argue that that's a perfect time to practice it. So yeah, it didn't look great. Insane saves. I was at the game when when Demko was healthy and playing his best. He's top 3 goalie in the league. Yeah, he's close to it for sure. Top 5. Sherwood outwooded Wood and Blackwood. Would you agree? I saw him get another hit. Yeah, Sherwood had 3 hits tonight for sure. Do you think booing the anthems will continue for the rest of the season? Sadly, I do. And then it might even get worse after the Four Nations if U.S. wins. I would win the cup this season and tank for Vancouver Boy McKenna next season. Okay. Isn't that easy? DPD and Verlander. Yeah, I think DPD if Marcus Pettersson is assigned long term, I think DPD is your third pair guy, and then you can let Willander work his way up. Don't like the slap shots. Take long to get the puck on net. Get the goalie ready. Just shoot it 5-on-3. Yeah, get the three guys moving around. You're outnumbering them by 2. That's the whole point of a 5-on-3, I guess. Next 2 are indeed winnable. I have not seen the draft of the logos. I have to look that up. Hi, T. Nice to see you. Apparently there was some booze, but Elizabeth Irving, she can handle it. But yes, apparently there was some booze tonight. Surprise, Miles penalty didn't get a match penalty. Well, he got that 10. Do you think there'll be a suspension? My guess is no. They even said it wasn't as bad as they first thought, like the commentary, but I haven't really watched it. It's still a very reckless play for sure. I did not watch Flames Leafs because I didn't even watch the Canucks game. Wow, 3 goals being overturned. Crazy. Tyler says, shoot it. The Canucks are improving every day, looking better and better. I agree, Shannon. Hey, D'Altimo, I was happy to see the real Demko stand up. Indeed. DPD played nasty. What stood out was that he immediately stood up for Garland. Yep, along the boards. And drew the penalty that Best scored on. I don't want to see Jolson with the decor. We might not, because, we might not. You want to play Susie over Jolson for sure. If you do it correct, you can get 5 out of 6 first-round picks. If you do what correct? Did they sing a national? How did they put the... I'm not sure what you're asking, Simon, but Elizabeth did well. She's a pro amidst some booze. EJ, I'm fine with the anthems. I'm not on a big, campaign to cancel them. The Filipino, it wasn't vicious. Talking about the spear, yeah. 5-on-3 was really disappointing. Bester whiffed when it was basically 5-on-2 because Al's player broke. Oh, I didn't see that. The booze weren't as bad as compared to Sunday. I agree. No problem. Nice to see you. Take care. How you doing? No Juleson equals wins. Oh, if you tank, 5 out of 6 first round draft picks. Gotcha. See you soon. Elizabeth is a babe. A fan was trying to get a JT Miller chant and it didn't really take. I was like, nope. Yeah, that's strange. I think Verlander plays 1 year in Abbotsford next year and then he comes up. Yeah, I think I have no problem with Hronek, Myers, and then Mancini, Verlander battling for that third pairing. That's fine with me. Spear was bad, but not as bad as Braun Breakers. Yeah, that would be brutal. Imagine that on the ice. I think I should buy a DPD and I can cover up the E and put a tape on that 5 to make it Marcus Pettersson number 29. Yeah, or you can buy a Marcus Pettersson jersey. That's funny. The boos were still bad as Sunday. Yeah, I heard. I don't know because I was there on Sunday, so it sounded loud. I have not watched any highlights of the game yet, or watched on TV. Give the man a like. Yeah, you can do that, or you can give the video a like too. Or I think that's what you meant, unpaved. All right, guys, I'll go for 2 or 3 more minutes, and then I got to wrap up. 30 penalty minutes for Colorado tonight. Yeah, and Miles Woods probably had 25 of them. For sure. With Mark in the room, it's good vibrations. I like that. The boos weren't as noticeable as last game on TV. I hope they don't trade EP4. I don't think they will. I think they're, especially if they keep winning. He's got to produce more, but imagine when he does produce. What was more awkward? I went to yesterday to lunch at Boston Pizza with my mom, and they were replaying the Rangers Vegas game from the night before. Yeah, I don't know what station that you're watching for sure. Wasn't nearly as loud, but still not great. Whatever. What can you do? Get a Pettersson's jersey with 25 on one sleeve, 29 on 40. Pettersson's. And then put the name 3PD on the front or the back. Yes, Carlson off the team because of injury. Ricard Raquel in. Demko was great tonight. Same pair of refs making up for the last game and gave Canucks 6 power plays when they were none on. Oh, the exact same refs as Sunday night? I did not know that they did that. All right, friends, it's 11:40. I got to wrap up because by the time I'm done blabbing, it'll be 11:42 or 11:43. Thank you for joining me. Big show tonight, even though it was a quick one, but thank you for letting me share the good news of my bowling night, even though I got whooped. Thank you for sharing the wonderful news about Jacob making Team Canada. I'm so proud of him. And of course, it was great to talk Canucks hockey. I'll be recording my goal breakdown video when I get home from church at around 1:15. So I don't think I'm going to post it at 1:15. I'll schedule it for 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. I don't know who's going to be up at 1:15 to watch it, but look forward to that. I've already watched the highlight pack to prepare, and it looks like it's it's going to be a good one. So thanks everyone for being here. Once again, moderators, thank you for keeping this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame franchise members. Thanks for your support. And thanks to all of you for watching, liking, subscribing on the way out. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't already to make sure I stay above 11,500. Then I will do that giveaway tomorrow night. Happy early birthday, Brian Blingy Choi. I will text you tomorrow about coming on my show for a few minutes. And you can leave late donation as well. Thank you to my sponsors, Vancity Experts Real Estate, Coach Patrick Louie, weight loss coach. And thanks to everyone who went above and beyond with the generosity tonight. Knuckleback with the super sticker, Just Incredible with the donation, Swervin Irvin with the donation, Lucas Gates with the donation. You guys like it when the Canucks win, I think. So many shows with the donation, D'Lo with the donation, and Brian Blingy Choi, his birthday in 20 minutes with the donation as well. 7 donations tonight. Really appreciate all of you guys. Very grateful. Okay, friends, 11 o'clock tomorrow night. Going to do a giveaway. Look for my goal review video, goal breakdown video in the morning. I'll record that later tonight. I have to get to my church. So as always, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Did you know that in the city of Athens, no one wakes before noon? No one wakes up before noon in Athens because dawn is tough on Greece. God bless. And go Canucks go. Booyah.